3 weeks. So Carrie, yeah, tell us a little bit about you and a little bit about your kindergartners and how you're feeling right now.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Carrie. I have been teaching for 27 years. Um, I teach kindergarten currently, and that I've been doing that for about 17 years, I think. And I've also taught first grade and third grade. But this year, it's like I am a brand new teacher all over again. There's just so much going on right now. My school, we are virtual for the first 3 weeks, and then after Labor Day, we are able to reassess, but we have to follow all the state health guidelines and whatever they tell us. So I did find out, like, we at before all of that, we were giving our parents options if they wanted to be in person or virtual. I have about 16 kids so far signed up for my class, and four want to be in person, and they were all boys. So that would be fun. So I don't know. And after that, I don't know how in the world I could teach both ways. It's all crazy. So like I feel like a first year teacher all over again this year.
We were talking about that before, is that a lot of you are probably feeling like this overwhelm, that this feels like my first year of teaching. You've taught for 27 years.
For 27 years. I know how to do the start of school. I know how to do kids the first week. I know how to do all of that. But like this week we have Meet the Teacher. We have to do it obviously virtually. I have to schedule 2 live Zooms. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I mean, I kind of like, I'm going to pass out Google Forms because it's no paper.
Right.
So I'm going to use Google Forms to collect like vital information. I'm going to have to like walk my camera around to show them the classroom and be like, this is where I hope you're going to be someday. And then like I have to go over what my expectations are of like, this is like, we're using Canvas this year, and this is a completely new platform for all of us. So like basically my first week is going to be teaching kids how to get on the computer. And when they do get on, what my like how I want them to be, if I want them to raise their hand or if I want them to share, and I want to do a lot with like getting to know you activities. And it's going to be a big challenge to do that through a computer.
Oh,
I'm not used to that at all.
And teaching, this is always interesting, but digital etiquette while you're in live session, that is, I couldn't imagine trying to teach a kindergartner. Hey,
so I created some posters, some visuals, because obviously in kinder, it's very visual. And I'm going to be using these posters that I've created to like teach them, like when someone is speaking, you're on mute. And I have a big microphone with a like over his mouth, and like make sure your device is fully charged, and make sure you're dressed appropriately, and don't eat while we're having a lesson right here. I have no idea what my daily schedule is going to look like yet. My school has not come out with that. It's coming, but I mean, I know I'm going to be filming a lot of videos, and it's going to be like, please watch this by the end of the day and do these couple of activities. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to go live with a couple of kids at a time, because I really want to get to know these kids.
Absolutely. And for those of you listening, we always chat a little bit beforehand. I thought you had such a great idea with getting not only kids, but parents acquainted with your tech.
Yes.
You share that, especially our not very tech savvy parents needing this extra support.
So I think part of my Meet the Teacher is going to be a teach the parent kind of a session, where I'm going to be showing them, this is our, with Canvas, I have a home page that I have to set up. So I'm going to have to show them how to access my home page and tell them that this is where all of our information is going to be housed. And also using Class Tag, I'm going to show them that this is the form of communication that I use consistently. This is the best way to get a hold of me, probably the only way to get a hold of me. And this is how you log on. And then I have that Google form where I'm going to gather their information and then hopefully put that into Class Tag. What I love about Class Tag is that I can text the parents, I can email the parents, and that it translates into all of those languages because my campus is extremely diverse. I was sharing that we have like
Yeah,
4 or 5 different languages, and it's not just Spanish. It's like Nepali and French and Somalian and Spanish and everything. So I love that class tag can translate any kind of a message because that's how I mean, my parents reacted. Last year, I had 24 kids, all 24 parents were on. And it was the best way, especially when we went, distance learning virtual and they're like, well, what do we do? I'd be like, just hold on, be flexible. I will help you.
Name of the game for the year.
Yes. So having that translate feature is just absolutely huge. Now, when we do go in person, I really don't know how that's going to look. Like, I think my district is trying to figure things out as fast as we can right now.
Oh, yeah.
I know they've like we've got my kids do not have to wear masks because of their age.
Got it.
So like for a certain age they don't, but like I'm gonna have to wear a mask.
Right.
We have like face shields. I know we're getting like plexiglass dividers because we have tables. We don't have desks, and kindergarten, it's all about collaboration. Right. And it's about getting to work with other people. And I really don't know how that's going to fly this year at all.
No, I mean, the flexibility is definitely, you're right,
Yes. So a lot of my first week of school is going to be teaching the parents, teaching the students, and getting to know everybody. And like, these are the expectations, and what's your name and how old are you? Do you have any brothers or sisters? And me too. Like, I want them to get to know me as well too.
Especially with kindergarten is like such a, I mean, if you don't have a background, and that's your first introduction to kindergarten. I mean, what a time!
I know, like it breaks that's why I feel like a brand new teacher, and it just breaks my heart that I don't. And I'm a hugger. I'm a very energetic, lively type of person.
The best kindergarten teachers they're like the energetic, loving, like you guys.
And like for me, like even this week when I was back at school with my meetings, and I can't even hug my coworkers and say hi, and I haven't seen you in 6 months, and I've missed you. And
that's rough too.
It is. It's
I know teachers are listening in, like. Not being able to see your coworkers. Like,
it's really hard. Like, I've missed my friends so much. And like when we try to eat lunch, we all Zoom from each other's class.
You're like, hey, I've seen you eating for like
we ate together every day last year. So March. And then
you probably saw them eat more outside of the classroom than you ever did when you were in the class.
So I mean, I'm very thankful that we're just virtual right now. That took a lot of pressure off of me just to be kind of figure everything out, because I know it's going to be absolutely, this year is like no other year than before. It's going to be 100% different. That's why I feel like a first year teacher after 27 years of teaching.
And I think you bring up a really good point, is that a lot of you, and including my district, is doing the same thing. You're going remote for a period of time, and then you're going to shift to face. And having like everything set up for success, even in or out of a classroom, right? Like your hybrid, or maybe even you're going full year hybrid. Some districts.
Who knows at this point? It's crazy, but having all this technology available for our kids, I think is going to make it a lot easier once we get all those kinks worked out. And once everybody knows how to access our things and how to reach me and how to communicate and when to log on for Zoom and all that good stuff. And then when we do face-to-face, our district is now 1-to-1. So everyone is going to still have their own device because they don't want us using paper. Right. They really don't want any paper trails whatsoever. So like a lot of my activities are still going to need to be on a device.
Right.
So having the kids be familiar with all of that, I think is going to help a lot when we're back face to face.
And not only that, but that's a great, I mean, on one end, it really does, like it's heartbreaking, but on the other end, they're going to learn skills that
like normally we do a lot of tech, but not like this. I mean, this, and in this day and age, they need a lot of this because These
Right.
are life skills that they are going to carry with them for the rest of their life. And I
Right.
know a lot of my kids, they pick up things super fast, so they're going to teach their parents what to do as
We were
well.
talking about that. We were like, kids, they, your parents are struggling to learn, and your kids over there like, I'm in kindergarten, I'm fine.
Exactly. Like for logging on, as I was sharing before, QR codes are the easiest thing. I
Right.
or picture passwords. Those two things are super easy. We have some kind of platform. I don't remember what the name is. It was kind of like Clever, where all of our apps that we're going to use are in one space, and we just click on it, and then the kids get to log on to Canvas or any other tools that I need to be using. What that my
Exactly.
district is saying, use this, but everything's going to be housed in Canvas for my district. So I'm excited about that and learning all new things myself.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, we're lifelong learners. When you sign up to be a teacher, you're basically a lifelong learner.
Yes. I signed up for teaching a long time ago, and let me tell you, it's changed a lot over the
I'm
years.
sure. Yeah. Even when I was in, I mean, just even the 5 years I taught changed quite a bit, quite a bit. And for those of you who don't know who I am, because I never did introduce myself.
Sorry.
Paul, and I taught for 5 years, but I was telling Carrie I taught 3 of those 5 years were for full time virtual. And one of the things I think the best practices that was just a great best practice across the board, and this is something you guys can do, and maybe Carrie has a version of this, is welcome calls. Getting to know your families and setting up that first initial call, like, hey, here's my expectations, but also, hey, tell me about yourself. It's we have this silver lining opportunity of being able to do one-on-one conversations that we would have never had in the classroom. And I think that's like a unique
Yes.
thing. But what
Yes.
do you do to get to know your families before you even have them in a classroom?
So I am doing a kind of like meet the teacher type thing so they can get to know me.
Right.
And then I've created a digital all about me slides for the kids to fill out. So the kids are going to, tell me about their family. And I'm going to teach them how to take a picture with their device or how to use text boxes with their device. So they're going to show me their family and their favorite toy and where they're going to be learning and stuff like that. So it's going to be like a whole week long thing. And then I want to share it with the parents through Canvas and class tag and all that so that they can, kind of see what their child is doing as well too. So it's going to kind of, I really want to focus on the social emotional part
Oh
for
yeah.
the first couple of weeks also. So, and even if it requires like small group Zooms and stuff like that, I want the kids to kind of get to know each other as well too. So I've been working on creating some digital get to know you type activities because normally I'd be doing like all about me bags in the
Oh
classroom,
yeah. No, that's great.
but
And
not the
they're
same.
at home, so I mean, I know there's some teachers out there who are using like those scavenger hunts, but like you could totally do
Yes,
that.
I've done those. We did a lot of those in the spring too. And
That's
I was even thinking of trying to make like a scavenger hunt of like having them teach them how to learn like the Canvas platform or whatever platform they're using.
that's a great
So
idea.
try to make I'm a very hands-on interactive type teacher and I feel like the more they experience things and are involved with things, it's going to make more of an impression. Scavenger hunts are amazing. My kids loved them in the springtime. I did a bunch of them with them and they just absolutely loved that. Um,
Awesome.
so doing the all about me, I'm going to model it through myself to show to the kids. And then that way they know how to do, like, I'm probably going to do like a page a day with them
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff like that. To get to know the families, I'm going to start, I have a meet the teacher this week where we're going to have 2 live Zoom sessions. Parents can join in, get to know me, get to kind of see their classrooms. I'm going to kind of go over some very basic expectations. And then I'm hoping I'll be introducing the class tag app for them to sign up. So that's the best way that I can get to communicate with my families. And then throughout that first week, I'll probably be doing a couple small group sessions with a parent and a child because it's kindergarten. They probably will have either a parent or a sibling
Oh yeah.
with them as they're doing this. So I can kind of get to know everybody that way. That's my goal. Let's see if it actually, comes to fruition. But
Right.
that's what I'm thinking right now.
And how do you manage, especially with kindergartners who I know there's a lot of challenge of having a kindergartner at home compared to kid who can take care of themselves in 7th and 8th grade. I mean, I
Right.
had a lot of 7th graders, a lot of 12th graders are, super easy. They're super independent.
Super. Yes.
How do you help support parents in this day and age where we
So
really have to help parents?
we
Like,
are. We're actually having some parent sessions where they can sign up. Our district is offering parent sessions where it's going to teach them all about the platforms that we're using and all the apps and stuff like that too, so the parents are aware of things. But then it's also going to be me teaching them as well. A lot of my meet the teacher first week, my school has certain expectations, like certain things they're going to give us that we need to go over with the parents. But I know back in the spring, I did more tech support than I ever knew that I could ever do because I had to. I just had to learn how to teach everybody how to do these things. Right.
right.
So we're going to just do a lot of here's this. This is how you go on. Here's a code. Here's a picture. Tap that, get on. That's all I want them to do.
Watch this video, it'll be fun. We kind of joked before this is that you have this thing where, virtual learning, you don't, it's a little bit more chill. And in some aspects you do get to wear the yoga pants. That's great. But I was telling you that I contacted parents way more. My God, coming in.
Way more. I mean, and they contact me all day long. So they'd be like sending me messages before school, after school, at night, whenever. And I feel like, I had to set kind of like office hour boundaries and be like, well, it's 7 p.m. I'm not going to reply to your question, but I will help you in the morning and stuff like that. And with Class Tag, what's really nice is that, you can see when you send the message and when they read it. That's another favorite feature of mine. They'd be like, oh, I didn't know we had an assignment today. Oh, yeah, you did, because I saw that you read it. It shows me right here.
That you did. So, I saw.
I like that accountability piece for a teacher standpoint. It helps me a lot.
And sorry, guys, for the first time ever on live, my daughter walked in. Talking about being a parent at home, working at home. And I was laughing because I'm like, how do we support parents when kids, they're going to.
And they do. It happens. All the time.
All the time.
Flexibility. Just flexibility. That's the best.
I love that. That's like basically the word of the year. Like
it really is.
And going back to the parent conversation, talking to parents, this is the time you're going to be talking to parents. I mean, and giving them support in ways that you didn't think that you would, not just in tech, but parents are so unsure about how to actually directly educate their child. Like
they don't know. They weren't made to teach them letters and sounds and math. That's my job, and I want to do that. But I'm going to have to learn how to do it through a computer screen this year. That's all.
Yep, and we still love them. I mean, and I'll tell you guys from a virtual standpoint, like you still love those kids because you develop a relationship with them no matter what. I mean, this is what we do.
You do.
Any, asking our fans anything you guys want to discuss, feel free to drop in the chat. Carrie, we'll answer any questions that come up. Carrie, I'm so excited that you're 27 years in and you are still just amazingly excited, especially kindergartners.
Yes. I have created many digital activities for my kids. Like I even learned how to do all these things and stuff like that I probably never would have learned. So they also teach me a lot too. That's what I like.
Feel free to for those of you that are listening on Facebook, Carrie's predominantly on Instagram. So tell us your tag and everything.
You can follow me at Adventures in Kinder. That's my page, and you'll see all about me. And I love to share tips and ideas and what I'm doing in my classroom. And because whatever you guys are feeling out there, I am feeling it too. All the stress, all the fun, all the nerves, everything. I'm you. I am one of you.
And for those of you that are listening, feel free to let us know what will help you get this year started. What will help you to go back to school strong, like feeling confident. I don't care if you're a first year teacher for real or 27 years we're here.
I have a new teacher on our team who literally this is her first year teaching, and I was like, oh.
It's not
wow, it's going to teach you more than you'll ever have learned in there is nothing college could have taught you for this.
No.
And she did her student teaching during the spring. So she kind of is familiar with the online and all that. But being a teacher on your own is completely different than when you have another teacher with you. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
it
I went to
should be
school for
fun.
math and teaching, and let me tell you, they don't tell there's nothing in college. Even if you do go an education major, that there's
Till
nothing.
you get in that classroom, there is nothing that a college class can teach you. Not at all.
It was so nice chatting with you,
Great
Carrie.
chatting with
And
you.
I did drop all of your information in chat as
Thanks.
we were talking. And guys, I hope you have, for those of you who are starting this week or starting today, there's fewer out there. The best of luck. I hope you have a great start to the year. And if you need anything, by all means, let us know at Class Tag and we'll get you set up. Bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.